Hello Flosstube, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa and this is my channel Cross by Floss, where I talk about cross stitching and life blabbings. So welcome, and if you are a new subscriber, which I got quite a few in the last couple of weeks, so thank you so much, and I'm so happy that you see something that you like and want to subscribe and like to my channel and make comments, and hopefully I have responded to you all. If you have not gotten a response, please reach out again. I think I respond to everybody, and apparently not all of the responses go through, which I don't understand. So yeah, anyways, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You know how much I love that you come back and see what is going on in our lives. I think, a lot of you come back to see Odin. He's beside me, but unfortunately he's not as close as he probably would like to be, because there's a lot of stuff around me right now. So, and he can't get quite in as much as he would like to. So he probably won't make an appearance unless he barks. So, all right. Happy Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day today. So it is Sunday, February 14th. And, Valentine's Day wasn't a hugely popular holiday or for me in the past, but 29 years ago, I had a little boy born on Valentine's Day. And so it just made that day very, very special. So, yeah, and I tried, but kids who probably have holiday birthdays probably hate it. I don't know. I had another one who was born 2 days after Christmas. So we make sure that his birthday is not at all associated with Christmas, the Christmas holidays, or anything else. In fact, all the decorations go down to the next day after Christmas, so that it is kind of like a clean slate. So I don't know that I've ever asked my children how they feel about having birthdays that close to either a holiday or on a holiday. But I always tried to make it special for him when he was younger, and he's always been my love bear, and he turns 29 today. It's crazy, shocking. So there's that. And we are having another snowy day in the Pacific Northwest. So for Pacific Northwesters, Westerners, unless you live, close to the mountains, snow is not a big, we don't see it often. We do not see it often. And when we do, nobody knows what to do in it because it doesn't happen often. And so, everything shuts down. Stores shut down. And to be fair, I guess, there's a lot of hills and things around here. And so it can be very treacherous for people who don't know how to drive in the snow and don't know what to do. So it can be a little treacherous. So I understand, but coming from Canada, this is just a little piece of home for me. And while I kind of moved away from Canada to escape this kind of weather, I'm happy to see it every once in a while. So, and especially when, by the time that it needs to be shoveled, it's gone. So kind of like that part too. So it's not very often we see it, and it's still snowing right now. It is early afternoon. So, and I'm filming a little late today for a reason. So, and I'll share that reason in a few. So, there's that. So, let's talk about cross stitching, and then maybe I'll have some blabbings at the end. Well, no, wait. Okay, so you see that I'm sitting in yet again another spot in my croffice, and this is technically my stitching space. My red couch. This is my red cat. Oh, This is my red couch. And then I have a table. I have a farmhouse table that's right behind it. And that's kind of like our, you know, finishing table, art table, all the things happen on that table with my granddaughter. So it's got a couple of projects on there. So sorry about the mess. Don't look. And then, the one window that I have in this bedroom or office, it is technically a bedroom. And then, oh, and then in the back here, you see that cabinet that I got for free from OfferUp. No, it is not painted yet, but I have started painting the shelves. I just have not had time. And, but I moved it there to see what it would look like against that wall, and I'm not in love, so I will probably do a little bit of rearranging. But when I asked my daughter, I was like, what do I do? Like, it just looks like a great big long rectangular room at this point. And I don't want that. I want some dimension, right? And she looks, and I'm like, so do we need to maybe move this space here, my crafting stitching space here, and maybe turn it, you know, and so it's that way, and then put the sewing stuff and everything else. And she looks at me like I'm crazy, and she gets her evil voice out and she goes, no, this is the this is what we decided was a stitching place. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think she was afraid she would have to move everything, and there's a lot of stuff in this small little area. So I feel her. But yeah, so it's, I'm not in love with it right there. And so we'll see. And then, you know, it's become storage a little bit for things I had to get up off the floor because His Highness and his hair and some potential slobber and his tail. You guys, this tail is incredible on this dog. Like, anywhere that his, you know, he goes up to height-wise, I have to not have anything breakable or movable around because his tail will just take it out. He is a very happy dog, very exuberant, and his tail is always going. Whew, tell you what. Okay, so this is my spot for right now. And as you can see, bare walls. I mean, really. One day there might be eye candy behind here. Not right yet. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's a slow boat. All right. I have some finishes. Let's talk cross stitch. I have finishes. I have 2 finishes. And one of the reasons why I'm a little later doing my video today than normal is because I had to do a finish. And here's the funny story. Okay, we'll get to the cross stitch. So I am waiting and waiting for Amazon to deliver. I ordered 2, they're called Beadalon. I'll link them below. Needles, and I use those for putting the beads on my cross stitch because I typically go through my beads twice. Like, I'll do the first leg and then I'll do the second one as the actual cross. So then it makes the bead lay a certain way, and then it keeps it stationary. And so, you know, some needles won't go through a bead twice once you've put the thread through, or I use clear beading thread. And so sometimes when you make the first pass, it makes the hole tight enough that the needle won't go through. Well, these Beadalon needles are flexible, and so the eye of the needle is flexible, and it will bend down to accommodate the hole for you to pull through. And so I was waiting for those because I couldn't find the ones that I already have. And I was too lazy, and it was just easier to, you know, buy now Amazon. Well, snow hit, and so then Amazon has not delivered them. But I wanted to get this piece finished for today. So last night I dug through a couple of my project bags that I thought maybe I had the needle in, and found some other things. Shocking. But I did find my little Beadalon needle, and so I was able to finish this piece. So without further ado, I finished a little snow by Little House Needleworks. And I'm so proud of myself. Here it is. Okay, so it is done on either 16 or 18 count Aida vintage mocha, what is it? Country vintage mocha Aida, and in the called for colors. So when I bought the threads, the pattern came with it, and or it was kitted up as that. And where all of these white beads are, so they're in the, yeah, all these white little beads, they were crosses in the pattern. And I didn't want to carry my white thread along the back, like along the back here. I didn't want to carry the white thread because you're going to see it. And then I'm not good at pin stitch yet. And so I wouldn't be able to do the pin stitch for each cross. And as you can see, you know, they're spaced out. And so I decided, oh, I'll do beads. And so I honestly, after doing this, I'm fine with it. But after doing it, I realized that I should have gotten smaller beads. It's okay though, because it's pretty and it's done. And that's what counts. It's done. And so I am going to do this in a flat fold, I think, but for right now, it will go into my basket o' finishes. And I will maybe in the summertime do like a huge, you know, finishing. I have ideas, but not a lot of follow through. So because I finished it, this pattern is going to be a share. So if you are interested in this pattern, I am going to do a name note. I'm going to do, you know, the generator thingy. So back it up, Lisa. I know what I'm doing. This is going to be the share. And if you are interested in this, let's use the word snow, which is appropriate because it's a snow day and I finished a little snow today. So, if you are interested in going into the drawing for this giveaway, let's say snow. You all know the rules. Please be 18. Don't say giveaway. Use the word snow. However, I mean, if you just want to say snow, or if you want to say something about snow, or if you hate snow, whatever, then that's going to be the word. And then in 2 weeks, when I do my regular numbered videos, not a special video, then I will do a random generator picker thingy, and one of you will receive this. So, snow. Wow, that was a lot of words for that. Okay, the second piece that I finished, I did two. I finished 2 pieces. For real, they were almost done anyway, but still, a finish is a finish, okay? I finished, and this is for the monthly Orny Sal that is part of, like, I'm part of a Zoom group, Pacific Northwest. No, it's not just Pacific Northwest. I'm part of a Zoom group that Anna from Stitch Roadies and Becca from Sambriestitches kind of, you know, threw this together, and it's called #MonthlyOrnySal, and it is on Instagram. Anyone can join, so if you are interested in, you know, showing and doing a ornament a month, and want to post that on Instagram, yay. And so I finished my February Orny, and I'm pretty impressed. So yay, it's done. This is called Midnight Seance, and it's by Nancy Greenberg of Pickle Barrel Designs. Oops. And it was done in all of the called for DMC, and it's done on an 16 count dyed, it's either 16 or 18, I can never remember. Dyed by me, Aida. I believe the colors I used were black, gray, orange, yellow, and I don't know, it was, and brown. There was a little brown in there too. It was a hodgepodge mix of colors that I put together, and this is what came out. And in fact, when I first saw it, I hated it, and I was going to throw it away. And then I was like, let's see if, you know, something says, please stitch me, and this said, please stitch me. So it came out and looks pretty good. So my second finish for the monthly Orny Sal, which I'll link that below too. And it came out of, so let's see if I can show it without the pattern. Let's try and do it without the pattern. So that's what it looked like in, and it came out of the Just Halloween Cross Stitch magazine, the 2019 edition. So I have 3 patterns that I'm doing out of this one, maybe even more. And this edition was great. The 2020 edition, fantastic. And so that's where it came from, if you were interested in that one. And again, that one will probably be, I might actually try and make that into an ornament for my Halloween tree and get that up for Halloween this year. That will be monumental. So that is the second finish I had, and that's all the finishes I had. Okay, for WIPs, what did I work on? My work in progresses. I did a little bit more on this piece here from the same magazine, 2019 Halloween Cross Stitch Edition. And all I did, honest to Pete, was I started in on his collar, the clothes on his collar. And this again is done on I want to actually say that this is done on a 16 count Aida, and dyed by me again. And this is another one of my weird experiments that I was going to throw out, but it's going to actually look great for Halloween pieces. And so that's what I got done on him. Not much, but I did get a thread. I got a length of floss in him. Yay me. And that was, ooh, what's it called? It is called Trick or Treat Couple by Lacy Flowers. So I worked on that one. Then, okay. Then, what did I do? So I decided to make this a focus piece. Odin. I decided to make this pattern Odin. I decided to make this piece a focus piece until I got it done. And I'm hoping that maybe I'll have it done by the end of March is kind of my goal. And I think I might be able to get it done if I continue on what I've been doing. So I thought that I would do at least 1 strand of floss a night in this pattern. And it is Witch Witch by Lottie Da. And I love her. I love her. And this is what I have gotten done. So I think the last time you saw it, I had finished all the swirlies and I had 1 row. Did I have 1 row? Or maybe I had this in. Anyways, I know for sure that I got this all in. I got this all in, and yeah, so I did. I got all of this in, and I got all of this in for sure. I'm pretty sure I even did some of that. So for what I've done in the last 2 weeks, that's a lot. And look at the intricacy of this design. Like, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. I call this her table skirt. Actually, I did not coin the phrase. Sheila, one of my cross-stitching friends, she did. And I believe she called it a table skirt. And when she said that, I just died laughing because I can't figure out if it's a skirt, if it's a table, if it's her skirt, because her feet are here and then, you know, her body comes here. If it's a table, why is there a cat? There's going to be a cat over here walking across the table. And if it's her hips and part of her dress, again, why has she got a cat walking across her hips and a flower growing out of it? So confused, but it's so cute and I don't care. And I giggle every time I think about it. So it is coined her table skirt, by me, not by me, by Sheila. I'm keeping it. So anyways, that is what I have done. Oh, this is done on a 16 count coffee tea dyed Aida that I baked for quite a long time, which is how I got all of these little blotchies. And I love it. And then the thread that I'm using is Threadworks. I want to say it's 11212, I think. I'll link it below though, because I do have that information. It's just not in my head correctly. So that's what I did there. What else did I get done? Oh, I started, okay, so I do WIPCO 2021. This is the first year that I've joined WIPCO, and it is by the creator Jessemariedoesstuff on Flosstube, and I believe also on Instagram. And then on Facebook is the WIPCO 2021 group. And so you get a bingo card basically, and you write WIPGO, and then you put the projects that you want to work on in the spaces 1 through 25. And once a month, she will pull 2 numbers, and those are the two, whatever the 2 numbers are, and whatever your chart is, that's what you work on for that month. And whatever goal you choose to make on that chart. And so I don't know that I am using WIPGO for the exact intent that it is, but you can make WIPGO whatever you want it to be. And WIPGO does not have to be cross stitch either. You know, there are people who are, you know, reading books or doing crochet or knitting or some other craft, and just to, you know, either get it done, make a start, do whatever. I am doing my WIPGO as SALs and samplers, and SALs that I had joined last year and never actually did, or samplers that I may have started or wanted to do, and hi buddy, okay, and just never got to, or maybe put a couple of stitches in and want to continue. Someone needed a little love. Okay, so anyways, samplers and SALs. And so on all of my squares, I have a sampler or a SAL. I've also got them on there twice. And my WIPGO goals are that each pattern is going to get a minimum of 10 hours a month worked on. And then this year, Jessie Marie is doing some challenges that you can do that are extra from your monthly goal. And so in February, this weekend actually, she had a goal and or a challenge, I mean. And so I joined that challenge, even though I have not done a whole lot on my pieces. And in fact, one I haven't even started yet. But February is only half over. And so I joined that. So I am doing, so number 4 and number 20 were the numbers that were called this month. And my number 4 is Halloween Ouija from Tiny Modernist, which was a Sal. And then my sampler, which it just happens that so far she's been picking a Sal and a sampler on my board for the numbers, which has worked out great. And then the sampler was Margaret Cottam, age 9, and by La-Di-Da. And this comes in 3 different parts. I am working on part 1, obviously, because I'm just starting it. And so this is the pattern, or the part 1 piece. And so my commitment was 10 hours for the month. And then there was this extra challenge that I was going to put in an additional 200 stitches over the weekend. So yesterday I'd already done a couple of things. I had started it Friday, I don't remember, maybe Thursday, whatever day this week. I made a start on it and put in a couple of hours. And then yesterday I put in the additional 200 for my goal for the weekend. Whew, this is taking a long time to explain. And so this is what it looks like. Holy. So beautiful, pretty, pretty, pretty. I am loving this. It is a very easy stitch so far. And let's see what I'm doing it on. Okay, so I am doing it on 18 count honey from Bee Stitch Me, which is a lovely fabric. It is done in the weeks called for flosses, and then my goal is 10 hours for for WIPCO. And I want to talk about these cards again super quick. I'm using these cards for all of my new starts, for anything that I am starting in 2021, not my previous things because I can't remember when I started them, but this is something that Janet Jabber on Flosstube as well as Instagram does. And so I reached out to her and asked her if she would let me, use her system as well. And she was very gracious and said yes, and sent me the Word document that she had created. So basically what she did was she just, did the, it's just months and then the days of the month. And then the intent is that when you make a start on a project, you can mark, which days you worked on the chart that you're doing. And then you can make notes, you can, do all kinds of things on it. Well, I went one step further, and on the back of mine that I printed out, I put in, just some blurbs about the start date, the finish date, the pattern name, the designer, all of the information, and then notes that if anything was different, that I might have changed a floss, or I was having a problem with it. If I need to frog some things, like there's a part that I just messed up, I can make a note of that, because sometimes I don't frog my stuff right away. I'm so ticked off about it, or I don't have time and I need to put it away, but then I come and bring it back out and I'm like, okay, well, where was that mistake? Or did I fix that mistake, or whatever? So then I can put those notes on here. So this is a lot handier for me to use. And then it goes in my project bag. And it's with everything, right? Project bag from DotDotGoose. It all is together for me. Now, I know a lot of people are using that beautiful book, and in fact my LNS had one, and I debated, but I'm sticking with this system because I don't want to have to flip through all of, you know, the book and see what days did I work on that, you know, how long did it take me, and then where are my notes, right? So this way it is all contained in one area with the pattern, with the everything, and so I can pull it out and go, oh yeah, on February 13th, I worked on this. Now, if it comes that I need to, you know, do this chart over a couple of years, and it so happens that I have worked it on the 13th in 2020, but in 2021, but in 2022, I also work on it on the 13th, I will do a different color for the rest of the circle. Hopefully it does not take me 3 years to get through this pattern. If it does, then I got problems. I do have problems. I have too many whips. And too many planned, and I don't care. It is good to me. So that's the system that I'm using, and it's working great for me because all I did was I printed out, let's see if I have them. Yeah, I printed out 4 on a 8x11 sheet of cardstock. I did mine on cardstock, and then I cut them out, and I printed front and back, and I just cut them out so they are all ready to go into project bags when I make a start for something. And so then I just have to fill in the information and then come here and do my thing. So a big thank you to Janet Jabber, because I struggled last year. I did try the book method, and nope, that does not work for me, and I'm super happy that it works for others, but it's just not for me. So there's that. Okay, so that is all of my finishes and whips. Unreal. Okay, so how about let's talk haul and Happy Mail. So I received a notification from the post office saying that I had something at the post office that I needed to pick up, and with crazy work life schedule, I wasn't able to get there until later this week, and I finally made it in, and I received a very nice sweet piece of Happy Mail from a friend, and she also sent me these very sweet needle minders. So already a thank you out there for that. But this was such a nice little surprise, and I love needle minders, and she made these. So super cute, and I just thank you. It's so nice to receive, you know, a little surprise in the mail. And it just shows you what not only a generous community that we have, but that we care about each other. And that's important in these times, because it is. Okay, and then I received some things that I purchased. And so on Etsy, a seller that I really like a lot, she posts every Friday crafts that or things that she has made, and they go quick. You guys have got to be on the, on it when she posts, because she does these really adorable tomatoes, and I've been trying to get a tomato forever. And while the funny thing is, my mother has a ton of tomatoes, and I'm sure she's sending them to me because I made a big deal about it. Though she's not talking to me, that's a whole other story. We don't need to go into it. Parental issues. Yeah. Anyways, Michelle from Under the Woolen, let me get it right. Under the Woolen Willow on Etsy. This is her card. So she is on Etsy, called Under the Woolen Willow. And she like I said, puts out these really sweet things every Friday. Be quick, because if you're not getting them. But she posted this super cute, and in the beginning of my video, you'll see how it's packaged. I mean, the presentation's beautiful, and so are the products. So I bought this cute little skinny pillow with quilts on it, super cute, and then a little antiqued safety pin with some buttons, and then a strawberry. I love this strawberry, and I've been trying to get I tried to get a red strawberry too, but they're all gone. But I did manage to get a pink one, and I did see on her Etsy shop she did have a couple more left, and she did say that she has run out of the chenille fabric that she makes the strawberries from. See that beautiful little strawberry? And so if you are interested in getting a strawberry, they're not a lot of money at all, and her craftsmanship is just absolutely beautiful. And so I now have 3 skinny pillows from her, I think, and now it is my mission in life to get a tomato. Yep. And then when she packages, she gives you this cute penny, what do they call them? Penny rug dot things. I probably butchered that, but on a paper clip, so you can, put it on your pattern. You can use it as a bookmark. It's just a really sweet little thing extra that you receive. And then I also, so you guys all know my love of project bags, and I belong to one Bag of the Month club now, and that is Garand Tote bags. And then I have another seller that I buy from exclusively. I love her bags. She makes vinyl front bags, and I like a vinyl front bag and a fabric bag. I like both for different reasons. I like Denise's bags, the DotDotGooseDesign bags, because they have the vinyl front, they're clear, and she uses beautiful fabric. This is the bag that I purchased. She put this up on her Instagram. That's where she posts, is that she's, says, I've got some new bags up in my Etsy shop, and I'm like, yes, please. So I go and get them. So this is the inside fabric, and so you can see it's vinyl, and then this is the back of the fabric. I just thought that this was such a beautiful patriotic, red, white, and blue bag that it was just so lovely. And then she does these pals. She calls them pals, and it's got felt, I don't want to butcher that. It's got some kind of fabric on here that allows you to stick your flosses on, and it stays there. And then this little heart that you can put your needle in, and it closes, and then you can put it in your bag. Well, she included this as a gift for me, and so a huge thank you to Denise. She is just so kind and just so generous, and I mean, I will continue, to buy from Denise for as long as she is selling bags, and in fact, I bought another one just this week. Okay, and then the second or the last piece of mail that I got was my Garand Tote Bag of the Month Club bag. And like I said, I like both for different reasons. These Garand Tote bags are beautiful. So this is February's bag. I mean, can we just have a moment over this fabric? It is gorgeous. And then they are Velcro closure, and then look at inside. I don't even know which is prettier. And you guys, I am not a flower person. I am not in any way, shape, or form girly. Or I guess whatever girly is, but I'm not a pink person. And I'm in love. I'm in love. Like, come on, this inside fabric, look, it's so pretty. And so, but what I like about these bags is not only the craftsmanship, but also the size. Again, brain fart. The size of the bag is fantastic. So if you're working with like a bigger Q-snap or a scroll frame, it will go in here, you know, bigger than an 8x8. So that, it's lovely. And then there's the smell. You guys all know how I feel about the smell. It's delicious. And then I do the grime guard, and right now I'm doing the 11x17 grime guard. And so yeah, so that is what I have gotten. Okay, I have another share. And I know that, you know, today is Valentine's Day, and the next holiday is going to be the St. Patty's Day, and then Easter, which is just around the corner. So I have this little pattern from Prairie Schooler. And so if you are interested in this little share, same rules apply. I will do a number random generator in 2 weeks time in my next video. And so if you are interested in this one, bunny. So we have snow and bunny, and you can enter for both. You're only going to win one if you name it happens to pick twice. Not your name, the what it's called. So that's the second share. Okay, and then what are my plans? So like I had mentioned, WIPCO, my number 4 was Halloween Ouija by Tiny Modernist, and I have not started it yet. Still have not started it yet. So for WIPCO weekend, I said that I wanted to get the top border in. So I am going to work on that today. That is my goal today, and hopefully I will reach that. So, and then I will start the 10 hours of time that I'm supposed to put into it for February. So seeing as I got my monthly orny sale done, and yeah. In my last video, I talked about these tags that I had purchased for my bags. Do I have a bag? Yes. For my bags. And I just, you know, put them on the zipper, and then it's got the name of the pattern and the designer of what's in the bag. So when it's sitting on my shelf, I can just have a look at the tag and see. They're plastic. They come with the little ring. It comes with 100 rings. It comes with 200 round stickers. And then it also comes with the little, you know, ring to put the O-ring or whatever it's called, split ring, to go onto your bag. So there were 100 of these. They're on Amazon. I know that somebody asked me about these again. I will link them below. So that was really good. And then the other thing I forgot, I did not bring it down, but I hope I mentioned in my last video that I had done a call out about some lotion, and because my hands were just, I mean, you guys, I can't even explain to you how bad my hands were. Like, they were peeling, they were cracked, they were bleeding in some places. They were so dry, they were awful. And I put a call out, and one of my subscribers mentioned that she used the Naked Bee hand lotion and that she'd bought it on Etsy. So I mentioned that in my last video, and so many of you said thank you, and you went to go purchase. Amazon is probably like, why is there a run on the Naked Bee? But I will tell you, I have been using it for like just over 3 weeks now. My hands, they're not cracked. They are back to their, and I've done nothing different than put that lotion on. So if you are looking for some good lotion, and I will put it on my hands a couple of times a day, and I stitch, like I'll put it on and I'll let it soak in for a couple of minutes, but I stitch right after, and I don't notice any residue on my stuff. Now I'm just saying that that's just me, and you know, don't take that for gospel or anything, but use your discretion on whether or not you want to stitch after you put on lotion. But for me, that has been great, and my hands are completely, like, not even my cuticles are cracked anymore, you guys. Like, it was bad. It was bad. So quickly, I want to talk about borders. And I had somebody ask me why and how I made, you know, borders on my projects, and why I had like such a large border on my project when I was showing some pattern. And I like a 3-inch border. So when I go to use a fabric, I go to Yarn Tree's cross stitch calculator, and I put in the stitch count, width and length of the pattern, and then what fabric count I'm using, and then we'll put in that I want a 3-inch border, and then it will calculate the size of the fabric that I need. And most of the time I have enough fabric that has, you know, can accommodate a 3-inch border. Sometimes I don't, and I really want to use that fabric, so maybe I have to go down to a 2-inch border. But for the most part, I try to get as many projects with a 3-inch border, because my reasoning is sometimes I'm not super good at the math, and so when I go to finish something, I want to make sure that if I cut something, that I'm still going to have enough of a border to either have it framed or flat fold or finish in some way, that I don't cut it so close that I can't do anything with it. So for me, I like a 3-inch border. Now, this is how I do my 3-inch border, and I do this in such a super easy way. I saw somebody the other day who was like, okay, so you take a ruler and, you know, you go down 3 inches and you mark the spot, and then you take your ruler and you go over 3 inches, mark the spot, put your needle. That's where it's gonna go. Or, you know, there's some designers who make corner gauges, and they'll make a corner gauge that has like a 1 inch, a 2 inch, 3 inch dot that you just, you know, put it up there and then place your needle for however much of a border that you want. I have a few of those and I love them, and I think that they're great, but I can't always find them when I need them. And I want to start a project, and half the time I also can't find a ruler. So, easiest way ever, Post-it notes. Post-it notes. This is a 3x3 Post-it block, right? So if you have Post-its, you're golden. I just put that sucker up in the corner like that, mark it right there, say there's my 3-inch border, good to go, right? Now, obviously on this one, I did not do 3-inch border over here. I just, you know, I kind of eyeballed what I knew I wanted as a border, because I know I'm making this either into a flat fold or an ornament, so I have plenty of room. And I did start it in the corner, started it in this corner. And, but I felt like this was enough room for me. And I think that this was like a 2x2, possibly, something like that. But, so that's the easiest way, you guys. If you can't find a ruler quickly and you don't have a corner gauge, get you a Post-it note and a 3x3 Post-it note. Perfect, works awesome. So that's my little tip of the day. Okay, so how about spotlight on a stitcher? So I found this Flosstuber the other day. Her name is Paula, and she is stitching in high heels. I'm gonna look down at my notes because I made a few. She has 6 videos out. I am watching the 5th one now, and we'll finish her up today. But the first 4 and a bit of videos that I have watched, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. She is lovely. She lives in upstate New York. And like I said, she's got 6 videos out already. I will link her Flosstube below, so you can go and find her as well. She has been stitching since the late 80s when she graduated college. And like all of us who, you know, love cross stitch, she's got quite the stash. And I'm betting that she has some lovely stash, because the whips and finishes that she has shown so far in her videos are fantastic. So like I said, she's been stitching since the late 80s, and back in the late 80s, who was popular? Teresa Wensler was hugely popular, right? She was in some magazines. There were kits, there were Janlin kits. There was, like, everywhere you went, like any Michael's I went to, or a small little cross stitch store, there were a lot of Teresa Wensler kits. And they were very daunting to me because there was a lot of color to them, and the flosses, there was a lot of sparkle, and the fabric that the kits came with were not Aida, or at least not the ones that I saw. And so I didn't buy them because I worked on Aida. And plus there was a lot of back stitching. There is a lot of back stitching to a Teresa Wensler pattern, but they are gorgeous. They are beautiful patterns, and she does them. Paula does them. So Miss Stitching in High Heels does beautiful Teresa Wensler patterns, and she's got a couple that she showed that as finishes, and then like the castle, the one called the castle with the dragon that's wrapped around the castle, which is beautiful. That's a finish. That sucker's huge with a lot of back stitching and a lot of Krennic. And then she's got a couple more on the go. She also does Mirabilias and Nora Corbett's, Sweetheart Tree. I think I have that right. Sweetheart Tree. Just a bunch of beautiful, beautiful patterns. And she did a whip parade that she had 20 whips, I think she said. And each one of them is beautiful. She's doing a chatelaine. Oh my gosh, the chatelaine is beautiful. And then she's like, and I have a few more chatelaines. And I'm like, ooh, those things are so big. There's a lot going on. Like, wow. Like, wow. But she is a fast stitcher too. Like, okay, so what's really interesting about Paula is that she has 2 jobs. She's got a full-time job where she works for like a cable company. And then she has a part-time job working in a 911 call center. And so she takes a cross stitch piece with her. So when there's downtime, no calls during the call center, she can stitch. So she gets a lot done, like a lot done. And every time she shows a video, she's like, and here's my finishes. And I'm like, you just had that as a whip in your last video. Wait a minute. And she's like, oh, this is what cracks me up. Oh, this is like a 95 by 62. I'll have that finished by the end of the week. And I'm like, what now? I'm like, it didn't take me like months. Anyways, she also did a get to know your stitcher tag. That was in video number 2. So I got to know her a little bit more in video 2, which was fun and interesting. And let's see, big stash, gorgeous finishes, and yeah, so highly recommend, go watch her. She is fun to watch, beautiful projects, like I said. And with each video, you know, there's just more and more to enjoy. So Stitching in High Heels, Paula on Flosstube. I will link that below. All right, so that's it for today. hopefully by the time I edit this, it'll be a shorter video than normal, even though there's probably more blabbing that needed to happen, but it is what it is. So I hope you all enjoy your day, enjoy your week. I am hoping to be back with a Stitch With Me video next Sunday and get back on schedule. And I'm also hoping to do a kitted up parade because I've got a lot of kitted up projects, but I've also been kitting up even more. So, and putting them in my pretty bags. So it will be like a bag kitted parade. So I think I'm looking at the piles around me. I think that I have covered it all. So I hope you all have a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.